Welcome to Last Week in Gaming. It has been a whole 2 weeks since we met up, you guys. I know. I did attend PAX East, so I had good reason, and I think I avoided the conflu. If I'm jinxing it right this second, I will never forgive myself, so please, universe, I beg you, don't make me sick. Anyway, there's always something fun and new happening in gaming, which is the main point of this show, so let's get right into our main stories for the day. Borderlands is back, and 3 is the magic number. Yep, Borderlands 3 has officially been unveiled, and we won't have to wait long to get our hands on 1 billion guns. Gearbox says the looter shooter is set to release September 13th, which is only 5 months away, if my math is correct. A PlayStation blog post also revealed some exciting news about the loot system. You might be happy to know that loot drops can be made custom to each player, meaning no more fighting for that precious loot. Precious. Your loot drop will be yours and no other player will see what you get. What do you guys think of that, folks? Sound off in the comments. Also, in the news was, of course, the reveal of our main characters. You have 4 to choose from. Let me see if I can get these names right. Mose, Flack, Amara, and Zane. So who you got? I believe Zane the Operative looks like a total fine specimen, assassin, and he's got all these cool gadgets. It's too early to tell, but I think I'm gonna like him. And look at that stash. Super fun. Also, Borderlands 3 is an Epic Games Store exclusive until April 2020, and of course this means the internet is pretty darn mad. Steam is supposed to be the one true store to rule them all after all, and any sort of competition is apparently bad. Well folks, as I've reported more and more Epic exclusive, I'll just say that you better get used to this. Things be changing. At times like these, I like to take a throw caution to the wind approach and see what happens. Makes it more fun that way. You should try it. Will the next Assassin's Creed game be set around Vikings? That is the theory, if one fan's found Easter egg is to be believed. 2 weeks ago, AC Wiki user Aleph Morrison Uden noticed a distinct poster in the Division 2 that looked like a Viking holding what could very well be an Apple of Eden. I wouldn't put it past Ubisoft to do something like this, and I have been saying for years that a Viking-based Assassin's Creed game would be pretty awesome, so let's hope this leads to something. How cool would it be if the internet was right with this one? Ooh. Alright, I don't think you need to be as informed as the elusive man to realize that something's been up with Bioware these past few years. Mass Effect Andromeda was mocked endlessly for animation issues and didn't live up to the lofty expectations of the original trilogy. And now Anthem is having a whole host of its own issues. Kotaku reporter Jason Schreier searched to get to the bottom of what happened with Anthem and describes a situation where a lack of leadership, Frostbite engine frustrations, and more have led the studio to where it is today. You should definitely make sure to read the whole feature story. It's a long one to be sure, so find a comfy spot for your booty, you know what I mean? Now, Electronic Arts and Bioware declined to comment for the Kotaku story, but they did feel the need to post a blog post sort of addressing it. Bioware stated, "As a studio and a team, we accept all criticisms that will come our way for the games we make, especially from our players. The creative process is often difficult. The struggles and challenges of making video games are very real, but the reward of putting something we created into the hands of our players is amazing. People in this industry put so much passion and energy into making something fun. We don't see the value in tearing down one another or another one's work. We don't believe articles that do that are making our industry and craft better." I don't think the Kotaku article tears anyone down, but instead showcases the challenges of crafting such a large-scale game. I truly hope Bioware can find its footing again, but this response is a big yikes for me. That said, I'd love to hear what you think about this whole situation, and hey, let me know if you are enjoying Anthem and are optimistic about the future, which would be awesome if you were. Valve has a new device to put on that old noggin of yours. Called the Valve Index, the VR headset is apparently getting a grand unveiling on May 1st and then shipping out to the world June 15th. Oh, and I'm sure if you try hard enough, you can come up with a conspiracy on how this all confirms Half-Life 3. So have at it. It's likely I'll be melting you with another new energy weapon in Apex Legends in the near future. Twitter account Real Apex Leaks shared screenshots of Apex players getting skins for their unreleased L-Star gun. For Titanfall 2 vets, the name probably sounds familiar since the L-Star was actually included in the shooter. The energy machine gun fired red beams to pulverize opponents. I'm down to clown with it. I mean, anything is better than a Mozambique or P2020. Let's be real. Prince Harry, who's not my prince because I didn't vote for him, it's a meme on the internet, guys, don't freak out, believes that another super popular battle royale game not named Apex Legends should be banned. That's correct. He's very anti-Fortnite. Daily Mail conspiracy Rebecca English tweeted that the prince said the following regarding Fortnite. It's like waiting for the damage to be done and kids turning up on your doorsteps and families being broken. That game shouldn't be allowed. Where is the benefit having that game in your household? It's created to addict. An addiction to keep you in front of a computer for as long as possible. Ah yes, first rock and roll ruined the youth, then rap, then Mortal Kombat, then Marilyn Manson, and now Fortnite. Plus, it's always great to get parenting advice from a person who, let me check my notes, oh yeah, doesn't have a kid yet. We've heard rumblings that Nintendo will release a new Switch model for a while now. I'd bet my gold coins that Toad is the squealer. No way that little dude can keep a secret, let's be real. But last week, the Wall Street Journal reported that the Big N doesn't just plan to launch one updated console, but two this year. One will supposedly be a beefed up Switch aimed at the enthusiast crowd, like you and me basically, while the other will be a cheaper model to take over the 3DS segment. This all sounds about as likely as Bowser kidnapping Peach again. In other words, I believe it. Nintendo has a long history of upgrading handheld platforms, and personally, I'd love to see a bigger, better screen slapped on the Switch, along with some enhanced specs. That'd be pretty neat. Or pretty cool. Speaking of Switch rumblings, Twitter user Wario64, who probably has 8 arms for how quickly he posts deals and news, pointed out that an internal Best Buy system has listings for Persona 5 on Switch, Metroid Prime Trilogy, and The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past. Now, the first 2 games have been rumored for months, but A Link to the Past, that's a head-scratcher. Is this another remake a la Link's Awakening? Because if so, I'm putting on the Pegasus boots and sprinting to pick this up as soon as it comes out. Because I just want to be the first one there. Because I'm crazy. Sticking to Switch for just a tad bit longer, Nintendo has revealed the next NES game additions to the online subscription service. We can look forward to Star Soldier, Super Mario Bros. The Lost Levels, and Punch-Out featuring Mr. Dream, not Mike Tyson, on April 10th. So yeah, seems like Nintendo is just gonna keep drip feeding these games out each month, which isn't really that great. I mean, is it? Meanwhile, I'll just cross my Joy-Con controllers and hope Super Nintendo N64 games are coming to the service sooner rather than later. That's not all that's releasing on Switch next week. Ninja Theory announced on Twitter that Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice will arrive on the hybrid system April 11th. Cool. Definitely worth checking out that game if you haven't yet. Let's end this week on a heartwarming note, shall we? Bethesda will apparently celebrate the Skyrim Grandma, also known as Shirley Curry, by actually putting her into the Elder Scrolls 6 as an NPC. Todd Howard was the one who shared the news during an Elder Scrolls 25th anniversary livestream recently. So cheers to Curry, and here's hoping I'm half as cool as her when I'm in my 80s. And that's it for this week, everyone. If you liked today's show, please show it with a sub, a like, or a comment. Always appreciate the heck out of you guys tuning in every week, and it's good to be back. Have a great weekend playing games, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye.